Thank you.
Apocalypse.
Ah, welcome back to Apocalypse. It's been a while. It's been like a month. It's been a while. Things have happened since then. Magical secret things. Secret whispers on the wind of magical fart monsters in the Sumber Hills.
Ooh.
Find out about it today on Krusk gets killed by a fart monster. But actually, what happened is going to be told to you by Krusk.
Why did Orc War Chief just roll that?
What the hell?
Listen, you don't pay attention to Orc War Chief.
You know it's going to be Orc War Chief behind the curtain.
I can't wait. We're dead.
Aaron? Where's the Orc War Chief, Aaron?
Where are you hiding him?
The door blows open. Big green guy. I was expecting many things. It wasn't this. As you hear the loud rumbling outside, there's some banging on the door. Immediately, is there anything anyone's doing?
Holding out wine toward Krusk.
You piece of shit. I'll just give you 6 platinum.
Yeah! I made a 10 gold profit!
I'm gonna fucking... Oh, I'm gonna deal with you.
Stepping between you and the doorway, Savra, the human knight that met you at the entrance, steps between you and it with one hand on their weapon.
We should go.
As the door opens, a larger man with a slightly receding hairline, a bit curly at the top. He in a suit of weather-worn plate mail steps in, red in the face, almost to the point of where's that son of a bitch? I'll throw him off the top of the tower.
What?
Oh.
You. He starts walking in your direction. Mr. Jerome, I'm gonna have to ask you to calm yourself.
Whoa.
These are esteemed guests of the tower.
Yeah, what she said.
There can be esteemed guests of the tower. This one's mine.
Well, he's also ours.
Yeah.
So
he's going to reach. He's going to attempt to reach past her and try and grab at you, Crust.
Okay.
I'll reach out and grab his wrist in between.
Can you roll me an athletics check, Maxine?
do it. You got this.
Get it, Beach.
Maxine, the guy's not weak by any means,
right?
But as he reaches forward, he's slightly off. He's reaching past Savra, who's also, she's got one hand now extended just on the chest of his plate mail, slightly pushing him back. As you grab his wrist, he's slightly off balance, and with very little effort, you wrench control of his hand from him.
With all due respect, some of us have our own personal things to settle with Bensley. I'm afraid you're gonna have to get in line, sir.
Settle with him when he's plastered on the ground!
Sir, I don't understand why you're so angry.
You don't understand why I'm angry?
I thought it was the doctor thing we were talking
Free
about.
hand, grab at his sword.
Whoa, hurry.
Whoa, hold on.
Oh, you don't want to
shoot
do
my hands
that.
up like, whoa, hey, we can all talk about this.
From across the room, you hear, Mr. Daroon, if you cannot compose yourself, you will not be welcome in the Feathergale Society. And you see this gives him a brief moment of pause as you see Thurl looking up from where he's returned to at his desk, is staring at him with a very level, almost cold, just piercing glare. As you see the red kind of almost glow for a moment, he slowly sheathes the sword back.
I'm still holding on to his wrist for a moment before letting it go, crossing my arms and kind of standing next to Krusk.
I know you. Have I seen you before?
Oh, sure. One of my fights, I assume.
I'll give you 10 gold to throw him off the side.
I look between the two of them. I'm thinking.
How about we don't?
Yeah, there's-
He turns around and storms out of the room.
I'm just gonna shoot my hands up like, whoa, hey, we can all talk about this.
There's-
He turns around and storms out of the room.
Goodbye, Dad.
I smack Crust upside the head as hard as, well, not as hard as I can. I don't want to knock you out.
Pause in the doorway, and you see him not looking at you, but back towards Thurl at his desk, and he very slowly closes the door behind him.
I fucking smack Krusk upside the head, not as hard as I can. I don't want to kill you, but with enough force to make you feel your brain knock around your head a little bit. The fuck do you mean?
Crust Bensley.
You little shit.
You must leave quite the impression, Mr. Bensley. We've heard a great deal about you. I don't know how much of it's true, but
Oh, I'm sure.
the Lord certainly has quite a lot to say about you.
Only the good things are true, I assure you.
Oh,
He hasn't told me any of those.
I'd love to hear the rest.
out of curiosity for our friend's safety, what exactly's been said?
Mostly it's stories of him breaking into their estate, pulling his beloved daughter down a grim path of strange dealings, adventure, the more illicit substances available in the city.
Basically, he's the fox in the hen house, and that's the rooster.
Charlatan, yes.
And Max is just clutching the front of Krusk's shirt at this point. You fucking idiot. You just have to pick a fucking noble.
Hey, the majority of the time she just let me in. I didn't break in.
Oh, sure.
Times.
Just because she's fine with you being there doesn't mean her dog's fine with it.
I won't pretend to understand your situation, Mr. Bensley, but I promise you, so long as I draw breath, no harm will come to you while I am capable of preventing it.
I
let him
very
go.
much
It's like,
appreciate
oh.
that. Thank you.
He'll calm down after dinner.
That I hope so.
I can't say I was expecting that, specifically.
I apologize for
You
that.
see a small smile on his face. You handled yourself with relative given the circumstance.
Thank you. I try to leave my best impression as I can.
But elsewise, if there's nothing else I can help you with, then I can rejoin you in the Great Hall when it's time for dinner. If you'd like to take a look around the facilities, I'm sure Sever here will be more than happy to escort you.
Thank you much.
Whew.
It all worked out, Krusk.
It all worked out. I'm gonna smash this over your head.
But don't do that.
about
You know
it.
how expensive it is.
As you raise it, you hear a smashing sound echoing through the stairwell.
I didn't do that.
I thought you actually did for a second there.
You know,
makes sense.
having met Lady Oriana, I think her father doesn't quite understand her true colors.
No, I don't think so.
He's a bit of a doting father, from what I understand. I think he'd do just about anything for them, but given his position and circumstance, it's rare that he has the occasion to really see what's going on with her. And then when he does have free time, he's out here. So I'll make no judgments personally.
No.
Well, thank you very much.
Do you guys want to wait in here? There's a couple spots you could sit, or we could go upstairs and sit with the knights and just prepare for dinner.
I'm interested to meet the other knights if everyone else is agreeable to that.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, there should be a couple sat down already.
I might need to get some of them on my side, so I'm gonna play some music.
You have your work cut out for you, Bensley.
You're escorted back up to the Great Hall. You see at the long curved table, several of the chairs are now occupied, as you see in various states of dress and armor. At the table currently, there'd be about 3 knights, not immediately next to each other, but just interspersed across it. As they all look, they're just, you see 2 of them grab just these large flagons that seem to already be filled with ale. You see several casks have been just set and propped up near one of the 2 fireplaces. Hello there!
What's up?
How are you gents doing?
I'm doing quite well myself. How about you, boys? Yeah!
Wonderful.
One of them's just got a bunch of ale running through their beard.
Why have that ale running through your beard when you can have this? I put down the Evermead on the table.
You see just a hardened look come across the first one's face as he looks you in the eye. You, sir, are welcome at my table anytime. Sit down.
Wonderful.
60 gold jabber spent, eh?
I'll kill you.
Who might you be?
Krusk. You may have heard of me.
I have.
Yeah.
The legendary Krusk Bensley.
Yes.
We hear about you very often. Old chap's, I think, pouting in his room right now.
I'm sure he'll get over it. I will sit down next to him. Wonderful.
I know
are
you.
all,
The rest of you.
these are my good friends.
I'll make sure that I think you should do it. And Krusk, make sure you include our titles as well.
Yeah.
Well, this is Casper. Casper Caskbuckle, the greatest knot thief in all of Waterdeep.
That sounds suspicious. As he raises a glass towards
More
you.
of a
Ajisai will,
burglar.
as he does that,
More of a
Ajisai will just
burglar.
go behind him and just like hands up in a weirdly showy fashion, just be like,
They call him the Phantom Hand where he comes from. None of us know why.
Well, this is the lovely Regan. I never got your last name.
I told you. My name is Regan Aylox.
That's it.
And of course, he means to include that she is known among her people as the Everbright.
You see another round as they all raise their glasses towards you, Regan. You see a few more filtering in.
And then this is Maxine Eileen, the champion crusher herself.
Yeah,
That's all I've got so
Close
far.
enough.
I'll
I'll
give you
add
that
more
one.
onto
That
it
was good.
later.
Yeah, that was a good one. I'll give you that.
And this is Ajisai, also last name unknown to me.
She said it.
Curl Yuri.
She said it the most, I'm pretty sure.
Curl Yuri.
Curling iron.
I am.
It's curling iron! Cheers!
Yeah! Ajisai Kuro Yuri, the master of the sword.
Oh, you'll have to teach us a thing or two.
Also known
Ajisai
as some-
curling iron Kuro Yuri. That's a nice way to do it.
I'm gonna remember this. And it's gonna come back to bite you when you don't want it to.
As you're talking, even more filtered in as more and more different, not all knights, but you see several other figures taking seats next to what would be knights. So you think like pages, perhaps, or different servants. And you finally see stumbling in the large figure of Lord Daroon.
Excitingly waiting for Kyra.
And this is the firecracker herself, Kyra Volcora. Volcora. That's
You
it.
need to learn your friends.
You really need to learn everybody's
Yeah,
names.
gee.
You know mine.
I know your
Weird.
first names.
Yeah, you know.
And I know, of
Interesting.
course, since
That was recently said.
of course,
Sounds like
it
you
would
need
be
to work on having
pompous
them-
for you to introduce yourselves to allow me, and of course you all know in full, as modest as he may be, this is Krusk Pomperdickle, known in musical circles as the Plank.
To the plank!
The plan.
The blank.
Make sure you
As more
tell,
and
make
more
sure you all
different
tell your
people
friends
chime
that one.
Mm-hmm.
We're really trying to get the branding going. Pomperdickle, the Plank.
Pomperdickle, the plank.
Thanks.
I'm gonna.
Just whisper to Aji side. It's like, you fool. That old man's gonna tell everybody my name.
Yeah, that's fun.
You see staring at the seat next to Krusk, Lord Daroon.
I will.
That's my seat.
Allow me.
Right
Regan
off, you
will
son of
step
a bitch.
behind it and pull out the chair for him.
Oh,
I'm not-
I'm sorry, Mr. Bensley. I forgot he sits there. That's on me.
Maxine's gonna sit across from them.
Looks like
just
you might need a bit
smiling.
more of this as he reaches forward and grabs your Evermead and just the boop, 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 as you just slowly tops you off.
Thank you.
Drink up, butt.
Oh, that's
Oh, but here.
So, Mr. Daroon, was it?
Lord Daroon, thank
Lord.
you very much.
Sorry, I'm not super used to non-descriptive titles. So we've actually, I met your daughter briefly. She's very nice.
In what circumstances?
We were at a social
He, like,
gathering.
narrows his eyes and slowly turns to Krusk.
don't mention the part. Don't
was a social gathering that she happened to attend for appearance purposes. She was quite lovely. You have a wonderful daughter.
I do. She's perfect.
Sipping more.
Isn't she?
Isn't
she perfect?
Yeah. I feel like
Slams his hand on the desk.
I mean, we all have different standards for perfect, but certainly she was wonderful, and many people seem to enjoy her, having made her acquaintance.
I'm certain that Krusk has the best words to put together to describe her excellence.
That's true. I mean, of all of us, I suppose Krusk, I believe, knows her the best.
All of the adorations and affection.
How would you describe Oriana to Lord Darun? Krusk?
Go on,
No idea what's going on, but this is great.
Vivid detail.
Just a fucking dead eyes.
I feel like maybe there's just some misunderstandings in the air. We could clear them up. You two should just get to know each other a little bit better. You should tell him just a bit more about your relationship with his daughter, and I'm sure that all of this hostility will evaporate harmlessly.
You hear a small cracking noise as the handle of the flagon that Lord Darun is drinking from doesn't break off, but there's just, you see a large, like, line just go up the side as it just slightly hangs on an angle now.
I'm just mouthing the words to Aji's side. It's like, why are you doing this to me?
What do you think?
As this is happening, large, and I mean large plates of different meats and cheeses are assorted in. You see these probably 2.5 inch thick slices of, it's not immediately recognizable meat. It's this bright pink in the center that just seems to be seared on the outside.
What's this?
Oh, what's that?
The server that brought it stops. It's roast owl bear with nectar from several of the herbs that we found down in the valley recently.
I'll take some. Give me some. He like, makes one grabby hand towards it. Give me some.
I hope you enjoy. The servant gives a half bow before stepping away.
Thank you very much.
You know what would go great with this owlbear meat?
What would that
The
be?
words of Krusk's adoration.
Oh, you're right. It would be dessert before dinner.
You hear, yeah, and you see all of the table. Even now, Sir John he's still in a stupor, but he's leaning with one forearm about halfway across the table and just looking towards you all sideways, as it seems like you've the attention of most of the table.
Well, why would I just say all the things that I like about Oriana
When you can
when
sing
I
them.
can sing? I will get up and I will take my mandolin and start performing, start a performance, just singing about how like Krusk finds Oriana, like he goes into like detail about how she finds her eyes like dazzling, the words she speaks just enchanting, just a lot of that stuff. I'm going to perform for at least 1 minute, and then I'm going to use enthralling performance.
As you do that, I would like to, when it gets close to that minute being up, I would like to start discordantly being like, you know what, I should actually chime in on this, and I'd like to start playing with you in opposition to what you're doing.
I don't know.
Oh, we're pulling him out, are we? I'm gonna pull out my hand drum.
A cacophony of cheers rise up.
My intention is fully to make sure that the attempt to enthrall them does not land.
As Ajisai and now Casper join in.
I have no idea the malicious thoughts of Ajisai. I'm just playing.
Casper's playing along quite happily. Now, the company's fairly well, and you can play easily with that, Krusk. Ajisai seems to be borking with you, and while it doesn't exactly erase your progress, your performance can't it can't seem to finish the final bits of its magic so long as this discordant music is continuing. So if you end your performance, then you won't be able to cast your charm.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Regan sipping her wine, smug.
You see Thurl come in and sit down at his head of the table as he just leans in, slightly confused but interested.
All right. And with that in mind, I'm just gonna cast Charm Person on him. on Darun.
Roll me, let's say roll me sleight of hand to see if you can work it into your song without anyone noticing that you're including arcane components to your singing.
I so sincerely wish I had counterspell somehow.
I do,
Pretty good.
but I'm gonna let him have it.
Sleight of hand? Okay. He rolled a 2.
Oh!
As you see him, the longer and more praise you seem to lavish on his daughter, the more he seems to get into it. As you lean in, you just turn, and with a bit of flare of magic, you hit one extra chord in a moment where Ajisai's defective counter song is interrupting you. And
Stop trying to counter charm me, you non-bard.
you just see a brief flash of magic in his eyes for a moment as he blinks for a second, and a small approving smile appears across his face as he just nods.
Seeing this, Ajisa is going to lean towards Regan and speak just a bit louder, with a very obvious timbre in her voice.
You know, I actually think I've heard this song that Krusk is singing before, Regan. I think that I heard it coming from the building when we were at the party and the two of them left to go entertain each other alone.
I do believe you're right.
I wish I knew the silent spell so fucking bad.
Oh, a bunch of ruthless ass motherfuckers.
Saying that very much
What the
loud
fuck?
enough.
You've done enough!
No, I don't think I have.
As you retreat, and they say that he clasps, you see a large, meaty hand just slaps Krusk on the back. He's like, I'm sure all for the best interests in mind. A growing smile on his face. As you see Sir Radolph on your other side just lean back slightly like, huh, you had a change of heart.
The power of song is very...
I have a habit of overreacting, you know that, and he seems like a well-spoken fellow, and he's quite charming, if I have to be frank. He's very kind, and he clearly knows how to dress, so it wouldn't be that bad.
Thank you.
I'm
feel
sorry
like-
for all the trouble I've caused in the past.
Oh, we definitely got off on the wrong foot. I sincerely apologize.
I just, I care about Oriana so much, and
I
seeing
do as
someone like
well.
you who seems he's so likely you're going to take my daughter away from me, and I'm an old man now. I just
never
want her to be
dream of
okay
that.
once I'm gone, you know?
I would never dream of taking her away from you.
Yes. I just don't
She
want to
is
end up with some
yours.
scoundrel who would
No.
lead her into a life of debauchery and just
No.
leave her with just her woe, my corpse, and a fortune.
Oh,
What kind of life is that for a dog?
He's no scoundrel, of course. In fact, he recently kicked his drug habits.
An excellent feat, I might say. Proud of you, boy.
Thank you.
Smiling.
I worked very hard on that. Thank you. Well,
Anyways, this owlbear.
that looks divine.
Oh.
We should retreat to our seats and have a delicious meal.
He
This guy isn't as bad as you thought he
leans
was.
back away from you and back into his chair as he begins to start just devouring his meal.
Mm-hmm.
He reaches for a flag and holds it up. A toast, everyone! To Krusk Bensley, the best thing that's ever happened to my daughter.
To the plank!
Yes!
To the plank!
To the plague!
Blank Bensley.
So I was meaning to ask earlier, you see from Thurl just down the table towards you all, what business do you have in the Somber Hills?
Fighting an evil cult?
Business
really?
of revenge.
We've been keeping an eye on One not far from here to the east. I assume you mean them?
We had recently been there, and we tried to clear some people out who were not a good sort, and we just want to go back and make sure that none of them are reconvening. Also figure out what they were doing.
Have you learned anything useful about them at this point? We know they've been attacked. I assume that was you all.
Yes, that was us previously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
He raises a glass towards you all. And you see this one more silently, but many of the knights raise their glasses towards you and slam them back. Well, I support that. Anything that keeps the area safe is something that I'm always proud to see people doing.
we think they're connected to a series of other similar cults. So we also want to see if we can find any connection to them. Speaking of which, you guys control the skies here. Have you encountered any flying cult-like people? I don't know. Is there any other factions that seem to be trying to like claim to the skies here, I guess, is what I'm asking?
We've had some encounters out east, more close to the river, but generally in the valley here, they know at least well enough to leave us alone. We aren't a fight they can easily win. As the night goes on, there's a bit of chatter. But not long after all this, the door, or the double doors to the Great Hall you're in, burst open, and you see a very lightly armored. They look like they're wearing a rudimentary chainmail with almost like a bassinet helmet. They have the visor pulled up, and they run in, looking around. They stop for a second as everyone stares at them and like, Manticore! It's on the move! As Thurl stands up, looks around.
Oh, that's the thing you were hunting, right?
It is, and I suppose now's as good a time as any. So you see several knights already standing up, and they begin securing weapons from the wall where they had them leaning. I suppose we could use this opportunity to finally kill the thing. As he pulls a ring off of one of his fingers and holds it up above his head. A prize to the one who brings me its head, and he slams it down on the table in front of him.
Maxine stands up.
You see several of them begin sprinting out the double doors and down the central stairway. You are all welcome to join as well if you wish to stay and rest. By all means, we don't wish to impose this hunt.
Let's go get me that ring!
Who says it's yours?
Yeah!
Let's go get me that ring!
Yeah. Maybe I want it for stuff.
As you're escorted, you're brought not downwards but up, as you see several people escorting giant vultures with them up towards the pinnacle. See off in the distance before the fog overtakes it, just a rustle of trees move, and you see a small flock of birds take off. As you see all the vultures homing in towards that direction before they plummet into the fog themselves and vanish from sight.
All right, how are we getting over there?
Yeah!
Behind you, several large vultures are brought up. Well, we have riders. You guys want to learn?
Yeah!
Yeah, I do.
Sure.
As each one is briefly introduced to you by their initial rider. They seem quite calm, and you can mount a giant vulture. There are 4 giant vultures available to be ridden. So how are people going to disperse themselves?
You want to share a vulture, Regan?
You know I do.
Yeah, we do.
Krusk, as you're on top, people are mounting different ones. You do see mounting one of the last 4. You see Lord Daroon, hand extended out towards you.
Do it!
Oh no!
Hey, go on, bud. He pats your back and pushes you towards him.
I thought you were on my side.
I'm a flip-floppy bitch.
I know. Okay.
In all honesty, though, you probably shouldn't. He might.
I'm already like grabbing his hand as you say that. It's like, why? Why?
I don't know what to tell you. I was completely honest.
I'm like climbing up onto his mount.
I will hop on to Maxine's as well.
Tiny dwarf on his vulture to himself.
as in the moonlight, all four of your birds jump off the side and plummet down in the fog. Wind just flies by your face, and your vision shrinks drastically. As you enter the fog, you can barely see about 100 feet ahead of you at any given time. For those of you who aren't used to it, you do feel like the birds occasionally resist you as you start moving and you start passing by these jagged cliffs and rocks that the birds just seem to like naturally avoid. As you move into the fog, we need to start rolling some stuff. How are you guys moving? Each of you can choose independently as a rider.
Want to head it off?
Oh,
Yeah.
we're going after
Let's
the
break
little
off from the
shrimp.
group.
Where does Lord Daroon take me?
Lord Daroon is absolutely splitting off on his own. Off in the distance, both groups of you hear this loud horn blare through the night fog, and you hear a bit of distant shouting, but the first thing you would hear is that.
Off over there!
And that way, roll me 1d6, Casper.
Yep.
Oh,
Roger. Regan and Lord Daroon. Are you going to head after the horn, or are you going to keep searching on your own?
If we stick with them, then we only have a chance to find it when they do. If we go off on our own and we find it, it's all ours.
You wanna risk it?
Yeah. I want that biscuit.
You guys keep
I'm
peeling down as your bird takes you through a lower part of the valley. You pass over a river and seem to be moving eastward.
What does that horn mean?
It's an alarm.
An alarm?
Yeah, it's likely off to the northeast.
Well, we should head that direction then.
You see him starting to pull towards it.
I'll just let him lead the way.
Hold on to your shit, boy. And as he grabs it, he pulls on the reins, and the bird tucks its wings in and goes into a low dive as you begin to accelerate very, very, very quickly.
It's like right before we dive. Like, hold on to our what?
The Regan, can you guys roll me a minute's gonna pass as you guys do this, but roll me another d20. Krusk.
Yeah. Oh no.
As you plummet down at viciously high speeds, you burst through a small clearing as the fog thins a bit, and you can just see this large beast up against one of the canyon walls, and you see only one of the four original Vanguard that came through. One of the original Vanguards circling around it as they have a bow drawn and they're trying to fire down towards it. Can I get Krusk? Can you roll me initiative?
I can, yeah.
You've got clear eyes on it, so it's on you, Krusk. You're at the top of initiative. What are you doing?
How far away from it?
I would say you're probably 60 feet away right now.
I'm going to use my Mantle of Majesty as a bonus action and cast command on the Manticore.
What do you command it to do?
Plummet.
Oh,
Die.
not grovel. I see. Changing it up.
Found my mouse.
Super grovel.
Goku.
Grovel times 20!
And this is a grovel empowered by a 3rd level spell slot.
And this is to grovel even further beyond!
So your command was specifically plummet?
Yeah.
All right. As you cast out, you extend your magic, and you're not sure whether or not it took effect. It doesn't seem like it seems to register with it.
Doesn't seem to understand me. I'll switch to more offensive spells.
Keep on it, boy! As he pulls in the reins and swoops around and starts trailing it as it runs along the canyon walls.
Keep on it, boy. If we bag this Manticore, you can marry my daughter.
The
Can I get that in
Manticore,
writing?
as several spikes fly out from it.
Evasive maneuvers!
One's coming at you, Krusk. A 16 to hit. That hits.
Yeah, that just hits me.
You take 4 points of piercing damage. Take minimum.
Yeah.
Another one whips by your ears, and Lord Daroon pulls out of the way as it passes by, and then one of the wings gets caught as the vulture lets out a shriek and begins to list a little bit as one of the wings doesn't seem to be functioning as well. That's a round.
Daroon, what is its name?
His name is Squawk.
Squawk!
Sir Quack!
You guys maintain heading. The other group, you are now 2 rounds out.
Ajisai and Regan have just opted out of the
Ajisai,
fight.
Regan, you're not sure where you are.
Insert
I
wide
just
shot of
imagine-
area we're so small we're just a dot in the screen to be like, we're doing it! Echo.
Krusk.
Bonus action, give Mr. Daroon a bardic inspiration.
That's gonna come back to bite you.
I know.
It is going to make 1 spike attack against your vulture. That is a hit. As it takes a second one piercing, and this time in the lower abdomen, you begin losing altitude as the trees are now passing by about 3 or 4 feet underneath you. There we go. All right, it's a Manticore for the night. Everyone else, you begin hearing the wing beat. You hear this roar that seems to have this warbled effect to it, as you see just a small arcane, almost eruption of this reddish orange energy that just stops, locks in place, and then vanishes.
How's the vulture looking?
It looks like it's probably gonna either crash or die soon.
I'm going to give it a 3rd level cure wounds.
All right.
Oh, yay. Save that squawky boy.
There's
Sir
nothing to
Quack.
target. Do you mind if I just roll it?
All right, it is back up to full. As you reach down, you see there's actually kind of a sickening pop as part of its wing lurches forward and back into place. And you see just a flare of feathers reappearing. Inspired by this,
Yes!
Sir Squawk
Sir Squawk!
swoops
Sir
down,
Quack!
and much faster than the now effectively stationary Manticore, it is going to go in and attack.
Hell yeah, get it!
That is an 8 points of damage. And then tries to rake it with his talons as it pulls up slightly. That is a hit, dealing 5 points of damage. Not a lot.
Should we finally roll initiative?
Yes. So Casper's team roll into it. That's also been 3, 6, 4. Can I get another D20 roll from Regan or Ajisai?
Oh, that was so close to being an 18!
You guys are
And then it wasn't! What? What do you say?
You guys are briefly in a cave.
I don't understand how this happened.
Your bird looks back and
Yeah.
I don't know either.
No!
I don't think we're gonna be involved in this Manticore thing.
I'm gonna activate my bracer of flying daggers.
Roger Dodger.
Oh. And I'm gonna make 2 daggers appear. I'm gonna make one appear, catch it, and throw it, and then make another appear as I'm doing that.
All right, give me 2 thrown dagger attacks against Manticore.
Yeah. First attack. Hiya. 17.
That's a hit.
Do I greed? I'm gonna greed. All right, let's just do regular here.
Oh. He's waiting for that crit.
And then the second attack. Hiya.
Hi-ya!
That is also a hit.
Damn.
Damn.
I will put my sneak attack on this one.
You can do so. Yeah.
Hiya. Oh.
Hell yeah.
All right, 26 points of damage. Ooh. All right. It recoils back into a tree. It roars out towards you. Sir Squawk.
Sir Quack. Sir Quack. Sir Quack.
Sir Luquak.
It's Sir Quack.
That's it.
But he said squawk.
I've decided.
He said Squawk. I called
The
him
S is
Sir
for Sir.
Quack.
Quack.
Everybody adopted the Sir after I said that. It is my decision. He is Sir Quack. I will not accept another name.
Sir Quack.
Listen, this is the only involvement in these events I'm getting. I decide the vulture's name.
As the
All right.
Manticore reaches up, it bites into Sir Quack. Sir Squawk.
Sir Quack.
Men,
Sir
no!
Quack.
I really hope Sir Squawk lives through
I'm
this.
gonna elbow drop all of you if you don't let me have this.
You promise?
As it reaches in and drags its claws along it. That's a hit.
Stop
Fucking
it.
get him! No, wait, no! He's attacking Sir Squawk.
Yeah.
No!
I'm
As
very
the first
upset.
claw gets it, it rakes across it, Squawk screams out, its head turns back, and you just see a resolution in its eyes, Krusk, as the final attack hits.
No!
And your vulture drops to 0 hit points, sending you and Lord Daroon tumbling prone next to the Manticore. And Lord Daroon is also going to take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
And this is why you stay 10 feet away from the people who are right on it. So your
Thanks.
bird's fine.
That is the Manticore. Maxine!
Isn't that
Kyra
right,
moving in.
sir?
You're spurring along. You, I assume, moved right up with it because why wouldn't
Yep.
you?
Yep. Ah! I'm gonna take a mighty swing with my not my greatsword, because I'm not using my greatsword right now. I'm using Iron Fang.
You would say this swing might be reckless?
Yes, you know, Cody, you pick up things quick. Yes.
Wow.
I'm reckless attacking.
Most people don't think you pick up things quick, Cody.
You're-
You do.
I'm being overrun by the giggles! Okay, and then I attack him from behind.
Get him.
Oh!
Maxine, what's wrong with you today?
Down towards it, it drops low, and you feel just the tip of Iron Fang drag along the top of its head before it comes wide, and you have to spin around. You have a second
I
attack.
have one
though.
more
Hayden,
attack,
if this thing
I sure
flies
do.
away, there is a non-zero chance we may get this Manticore.
That's Lord Daroon! Fuck!
Well, you hit Lord Daroon. Oh, good shot.
That's a little bit
protecting
too
Krusk.
reckless, Maxine.
You're protecting Krusk by killing this, by killing Lord Daroon.
A 20 would hit the Manticore.
Great, I'm gonna
Alright, I'm gonna be clear with you. I'm not entirely sure what a Manticore is.
Shut up! I'm gonna
Well, he was a man.
I thought it was some kind of shapeshifter.
Okay, Divine Smite on myself. Alright.
You blast them for 26 points of damage. They
Hey.
recoil back, dragging their claws to the ground. You see blood coming out of this massive, almost like crater you leave in their body. There's like this stony aftershock as shards of what looks like a burnt skin just collapse off from where you hit it. I feel bad that this is probably.
Uh-oh.
Feathergale Knight that's still around is like, I'll save you! And he points and casts Ray of Frost. Hey, not once. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, well.
Toggle
well,
around.
there it
Audrey
goes.
Sai, Regan, can you roll me initiative, please?
Oh, are we there?
Hey!
Yeah.
Woo! We made it, baby!
All right, initiative time. Here we go. We're gonna do it.
Not bad, baby girl.
Bensley, you are prone on the ground next to a manticore.
And
You
your
can hear it
bird's
panting,
dying.
You see blood coming out of it. Your bird is, it is currently motionless.
No! I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers on the Manticore.
All right, is that half on save?
It is.
Trish, how do you want to do this?
Cool.
Well,
Sorry, guys.
You risked it for the biscuit.
If
Hey, you
rolled
made
a
it
higher
in the
one,
Kyra, could you do me a favor?
You might have just swooped.
Could you
in.
counterspell Krusk?
I'm gonna let him have it.
No!
It has 1 HP left.
We're playing Nat19.
I just look at Sir Squawk and just go, no! Just just strum a magical, musical tone at this Manticore. Just watch as blood starts pooling out of its face. It's a weird looking face.
Yeah, it's got a weird old face. It slumps over after a loud roar. It starts flinging spikes in every direction. You see them just impaling themselves on tree. It brings its claw up, trying to swing it at you before it just crumbles down. and slowly slumps over, and you see its breathing ceases.
Ain't no one's got its head yet. Keep going, Regan.
As it ceased and fell over, and a dagger just goes into it. I got it!
I don't think so! That thing's head is still on its body!
Chris. I saw it.
The dagger then disappears.
As we're coming in on the vulture, I want Ajisai to be yelling, "It wasn't who kills it, it was who brings back its head! We're not done!"
Yup! Your ass is grass, Ajisai! Yeah!
Darun stands up, just kind of looks around and shakes his head.
Are you okay?
You son of a bitch!
There it is!
What? It wore off.
Runs towards you, and he's going to attempt to grapple you, Cross.
What? No.
Yeah!
And I'm going straight for the Manticore.
You see next to the slumped over corpse, Lord Darun stand up and just pause for a second before just diving on top of Krusk. Krusk, you succeed. How do you want to make sure he doesn't grab you?
As he lunges towards me and just like, ah! I roll out of the way. No.
You see him stumble, roll a couple feet, stand up, turn around, and just get low.
Sir, I understand. I understand you, Cross.
Casper, what are you doing?
I would like to fly over to Krusk and try to grab him onto my vulture.
Sure. Tell you what, roll me an athletics check, and that'll set the DC. And Krusk, you'll need to roll one to catch onto his hand as he swings by low, trying to grab and hoist you up onto his vulture.
There's the DC. It's 4.
Oh,
I can't fail that. I can't
As
fail that.
Casper swings low. I should have reversed this. Casper, you grab onto Krusk, and you feel something pulling you down. And you realize maybe Krusk is a little heavier than you thought it was going to be. Can you roll me a dexterity saving throw, please? 21? All right, Casper, you need to make a choice. You can stay on your mount, or you can let go, or you can stay on your mount and let go of Krusk, or you can hang on and you can stay down there with him. And hope that your mount just comes back.
I've already betrayed Krusk once today. I'm not doing it again.
As you reach up,
I flash back to the time he put his arm out for me at the carriage. I'm putting my arm out for him on the vulture.
Krusk, you see this benevolent savior, this hero, swoop by, arm extended. You reach out, you Beastmaster clasp, and you close your eyes, waiting for just the weight of gravity to pull you away from your assailant. And it doesn't come. It doesn't. As you let go,
I'm closing my eyes, just like smile on my face, just like, finally, some good news.
Get up!
As there's a loud whoop next to you.
Well, that just had to happen today, huh?
So you don't take any fire damage. All right, but that's you guys.
I'm gonna let my girlfriend do the work here. I'm gonna land us right next to it and just pat on the back.
Kidding me.
No, we're not.
Casper and Krusk, you see behind Lord Darun with his menacing aura. You just see one of the vultures slam down on the ground. You just see a smiling Regan and Ajisai.
For flavor, Ajisai would have jumped off as it was coming into the ground and taken sword out and come down on it as they were landing.
That tracks, because Ajisai is next.
All right! Here we go! This is ours!
I dare you to dragon surge this shit.
I mean, I will if I miss. Fucking.
Wow.
Ah! I'm overwhelming advancing!
Oh my god.
Ah!
You son of a bitch!
Get it!
24!
24. You press your foot down on the blade, you step into it, and you drag it along in one long slicing motion as the head pops free and starts rolling along the ground.
Okay, well, Dragon Surge grab. I'm grabbing it. I don't even know if I need this, but I'm Dragon Surging. I am collecting the head. I am getting back on the vulture. I don't care how much movement. I don't care what actions are required. I'm back on the vulture. And I'm just pointing back towards the tower. Go, Sir Quack! Fly!
Its wings unfurl. And
good luck, Krusk!
Right, I know you're a feathered fucking thing, but you've got to team up with me here. And Maxine's gonna spur her vulture and try to fly above. If I let Ajisai win, they won't shut the fuck up.
You're right, I won't!
I'm trying to steal this Manticore head.
No, it's mine.
all right, I'll say you spur on, you dash, so you can catch up to them. You fly just above them, and you're hovering there, keeping up pace with the other vulture. You guys are about 1 kilometer away. Kyra, you were busy marveling at the success of this mission, and now you are in pursuit of your friends. What are you doing?
There's
Get it,
literally I cannot do a single thing to help. I've been looking this entire round.
It's over, Kyra! We have the head!
It's an action to pull something out of the bag of holding, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then is it also an action to mount my broom?
That would be part of your speed. I would say that might require a check, given that you'd be mounting it off of a flying creature.
I'll pull
Can
my
you roll
broom
me acrobatics, please?
Okay. I'm gonna fall and I'm gonna die. Here we go.
So, Maxine, you feel the weight on your bird get slightly lighter as you lift up into the air, and behind you, you just see Kyra fumbling in their bag, falling through the air as they pull out a broom, and it becomes rigid for a moment, and you see it pull their arm, and you feel your muscle, like, just stretch and tear slightly, Kyra. You are now hanging onto your broom, suspended above a section of the river.
I will use my bonus action to Misty Step onto the broom.
Yeah, you can do that.
Oh!
Nice.
Thank Cord! I thought I was gonna have to turn around and save you!
No, you go do the head thing. You get it. You get it, girl.
Oh, fuck
You go do
yeah.
that or whatever, bye.
Oh, they won't.
I'm literally useless to help you. Goodbye.
Goodbye!
And I will just use the rest of my movement to go back down towards
Hang back that way? Okay, so with your, what is it, you're by yourself, you could get basically most of the way there.
I turn to Lord Daroon. It's like, please, we don't have to fight about this. I thought we were getting along swimmingly earlier.
I'm gonna choke you the fuck out, Bensley! Running towards you.
What? Hey, what? No! Hey! I'm gonna cast Levitate on him.
The vulture just swoops in and takes him and flies off.
Bensley! Into the night.
Echoing throughout the
He
canyon.
fails. And he runs towards, he just, and he sees legs still moving. His hands are extended up towards you. For a few seconds before he just stops, looks down, and just gives up.
Now let's
Not
all
gonna down from here.
I'm just curious, did he ever use his bardic inspiration?
Oh, you're right!
Yeah, I know!
Oh no!
Why, Logan?
I am not on your side, Spencer!
He floats up and he's like, wait a minute. He just slams down to the ground.
Get done, sir!
I told you it'd come back to bite you!
You already did enough!
Run, Cross!
Face planted into the dirt as he just looks up with mud on the side of his face.
That was not my fault.
Anything else, Krusk?
We can talk this out. That is me.
He runs towards you. He's going to try and football tackle you once again. Roll me athletics or acrobatics.
Crap!
As he runs up and knocks Krusk to the ground.
Ow! Okay, we can wait. Sir Daroon!
I've been waiting for this for so goddamn long.
Oh god!
All right, Chase Gang. What are y'all up to?
Oh my god. Okay. I'm just deciding how mean I want to be to Maxine right now.
Oh, be so nice. Be nice. I'm just little old Maxinu.
I'm gonna cast Earthbind on
Yes!
vulture.
I'm going to look up the vulture again. Maxine, as you're flying towards them, these golden threads of energy seem to wrap itself around your vulture and snap shut as its wings are pinned to its side. No! And it goes up beginning to plummet. And there's a moment of immense fear as you look at the river and the rocks below. And then you just begin slowly drifting down.
You've gotta be fucking kidding me!
Bye!
As Ajisai and Regan, at the end of this, they would slowly disappear into the fog. You would lose sight of them.
It's at that point I realized I might not have been useless to you.
I raise my fists to the sky and sink into the mist like a true villain. I will have my revenge!
Alright, Ajisai and Regan, I'm going to just generally assume that you guys head back.
That ring that I don't care about is ours!
Damn bullshit!
It was
For
about
the snake
the wind.
things. Kyra.
Yes. Okay.
You just see Casper just standing there, like full on.
Am I...
Like ultra instinct above a rotund man about to try and choke Krusk.
I'm gonna get within 30 feet of Krusk.
Yeah, you can do that on your broom.
And I will then benign transposition with him.
Right.
What's that
Krusk,
It trades places with you if you want.
The world bend and meld in front of you, and you feel like you could switch positions with someone if you wished.
Yeah, sure.
There's a moment where as soon as you meant, you're like, that sounds great. You are suddenly on a broom, moving forward, and it's very disorienting for a second as you look and you see Kyra just lying on the ground where you just were seconds ago.
Kyra! Thank you! Your sacrifice will not be forgotten! I fly away. Start flying away.
I will at that point stand up.
Dust yourself off. That's all you hear, Krusk, as you fly into the fog. The Feathergale Knight lands next to Lord Daroon and lowers one hand where he looks up and slaps it away before turning back and climbing awkwardly onto the side of it and just sitting there in a huff as they start to take off and fly back.
I would start heading back to where Krusk and those
Just
guys
for how
are.
long they would be, yeah.
And probably
Yeah,
meet back up with
as
them.
soon as we're like as far as possible, I will drop concentration.
You make your way back to the sounds of Beardsley and the cackling laughter in the fog. As you find Casper and Kyra.
I don't think I can go back.
Oh, neither one of us got the ring in, huh? And it looks
So I will never let me live this down. I will never
That's fine.
financially
Just never let her live
recover
down the
from
fact
this.
that you whipped her ass.
You know, Kyra, I appreciate you being around. Kyra, are you planning on taking the broomstick back?
No, that is loaned out to Krusk currently.
You hear cackling somewhere in the distance. You can't see it.
You know, I could just...
You know? The broomstick kind of fits him, cackling like that.
There's no point to do that. It would have been
Krusk?
funny if Lord was still here, but he's not.
You're not on a vulture. And you're not following anyone.
Yeah.
Can you roll me survival?
Oh,
Yeah, of course I
shit.
can. Of course I can.
Where am I?
Josh, can you roll me 1d8?
Yeah. 7.
Oh, hey, I'm at the temple.
I had to stumble into the temple.
If you took my broom to go to the temple, Kyra's gonna kick your ass. I'll call it back when we get back to the tower.
Krusk. You haven't really been able to see shit. And it dawns on you after about a minute of laughing. Once the humor of your escape dies down, you realize you're at the entrance to a large gully that is slowly winding its way down into the earth. There are trees everywhere. There's a river moving across it, but you have no clue where you are.
I'll try and find my way back, I guess.
All right. How are you moving?
I will head back towards like the bigger open area because that's where we were.
Double away from it. You kind of remember seeing it earlier. That makes sense. Roll me survival with advantage. You'll also be looking in the direction of the tower now.
Yeah. Worse. I rolled
You rolled 2 4s.
You turn and you swear you see the tower, Krusk. And you're like, that away. And this ringing starts filling your ears that you haven't really heard in a long time. You have trouble focusing for a couple seconds. You feel woozy. You almost lose your grip on the side of the broom as your head starts pounding more and more and more. And when you look up, the fog is rolled in even thicker and you can't see anything around you. You find yourself in a low, rocky clearing. Roll me perception, Crest. 6. You see a large, hulking figure that as you get closer, you realize it's one of the vultures.
Oh.
And then you get closer and you start making out this dark staining on the front of its face. And its eye just kind of flicks over towards you, and you realize there's no saddle on it. It turns and regards you for a moment, and it just turns back and seems to just continue pecking at something on the ground.
I will go in whatever direction that thing is not.
As you turn, there's a snapping under your feet, and you look down, and you just see different smatterings of rocks, but there seems to be a particularly fragile one that shattered under the weight of your boot.
I didn't realize you weren't on the broom.
Of course I'm not on the broom.
There's some more. Roll me investigation as you.
Gonna feel so bad. If I strand you out there.
Oh, this is terrible.
Oh, this is great.
This is horrible. It's
there's
not a good
bunch
thing.
of these things around. There are all sorts of different shapes. It's hard to make out in this darkness, though.
I'm just gonna continue, just like keep breaking rock, trying to step hard on the rocks.
Another minute goes by as you're just examining these rocks, and one tumbles down in front of you, a particularly large one, and you realize it's porous. There are 2 large holes in it, and then 2 smaller ones just beneath that, quite close together.
Like a bowling ball.
And it's got like another one that seems to be attached to it that shatters very quickly as your boot connects with it, and you see a human skull stop at your feet. You taking in detail around, you feel as though you may have been crushing old bones for a good while now. You just haven't been able to really discern well.
Krusk. I think maybe you should go back to Waterdeep and retire.
The country life isn't for me.
This isn't working out.
You see a small bird perch on a craggy rock nearby, its head tilting and turning and just regarding you.
Hello, bird.
And then a second one, 3 or 4 circling around.
Why? There's so many friends.
See,
Start backing up.
roll me nature.
Don't make Kyra a friend murderer.
No, damn it! It was high.
15. You would recognize these, although in the dark. Given the specific patterns and staining on their faces, they look very familiar to a type of bird local-ish to the area, referred to as bloodhawks.
I'm gonna keep backing away until I'm out of this bone pit. I'll be out of your hair. Don't worry about me, none.
As you pass the threshold of where the last of the bones are, you see most of them stop advancing towards you.
All right. Whew. Nothing to worry about.
There's a large tug on the broom as it tries to pull itself free from your grasp.
What? Hey! No, you come with me. I need you here with me.
Get on the broom, Crust!
Roll me a strength check. It pulls you about 3 feet to the west before you stop and hold it in place. It is still struggling against you.
No. I'm still just trying to hold it in place. No, you stay. Help! Someone help! This is my course of action.
All right, Crust, get the fuck back here. You hear in your head.
The broom breaks free from your grasp.
I said, get the fuck back here. What are you doing?
Huh? I would, but I'm lost. And your broom suddenly just broke itself from my grasp.
A moment passes. I thought you were on the broom!
I was! Now I am not!
I feel like also, when Kyra was screaming, she would have screamed out loud.
Should we go look for him?
Yeah!
You trying to look around, Krusk?
She will, Pearl of Power to gain back a spell slot.
Oh no! Are you out of sendings?
I was, now I have one more.
Oh no!
Don't get yourself killed.
Where are you? Don't get yourself killed, please.
See you soon,
We're gonna be on our
question
way within like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I was near a bunch of bones. Other than that, no other landmarks that I can think of. I think I'm in some sort of valley.
I think that's about 20 words.
So he's
Same rock from when you were tripping.
rocks and bones is where he is.
Oh.
I don't like that.
He's in danger, isn't he?
Krusk, your headache gets worse.
Ow.
As the pounding and the ringing in your head seems to grow in intensity. It then suddenly dies out entirely. As the fog around you seems to push itself away and a bit of moonlight lets itself into the area you're in.
I'll look around, just like, hello.
You see
Krusk
accompanied by
Pomperdickle
3
the Plank.
figures coming out of the fog. This woman, tall, slender, with these large wings coming out on either side that just gently seem to be fanning the air around them. The 3 with them seem to flank 2 on one side and 1 about 5 feet back.
Hello. How can I help you?
You've been expected.
By who?
They give you a small smile but don't respond immediately.
Yeah, may I ask who you are?
You may not remember me, but we have met once before. They start walking towards you. They bring one finger up and just tilt your chin up to meet their eyes.
Ha. He's like trying to avoid eye contact. He's like shifting eyes a bunch. Hi, hello. Personal space, not a thing where you come from, huh?
You will not speak that way to mistress. As one of them briefly reaches towards a short sword on their side, and she raises a hand back behind her. You seem to be a little lost. I can provide you with accommodations a bit more fitting someone of your status.
Yes. Thank you. That would be much appreciated.
Good. As one steps to either side of you and just takes you by either arm. They seem to be hovering just slightly above the ground. The other ones are walking and they seem to be escorting you, and as they turn, they slowly glitter until they suddenly are no longer visible.
Goodness, that's
the last thing you see is astride their back is a long spear. As you are pulled along, you end up at the edge of a river as they lead you into the water, and then they start walking upstream. at the edge of the water. The fog seems to be peeling away to make room for you, and then as you enter the river, it seems to slowly close in, and just like a road, the fog erupts away from the water towards a long, thin area of cliff. And as they lead you down this darkened waterway, I think we're gonna end the session there.
Give it back my thing!
No!
Give it back to me, it's mine! Give it back so I might complete my mission!
I can't. I just can't. No.
I can't believe
3 more
Kyra's done
hours.
this.
I can't believe Bensley's been kidnapped.
I can't believe Kyra did this to
Willingly.
Krusk. That was the whole thing. I think we're gonna take off.
Yeah, I need to recover.
Later, everybody.
Bye, bye.
Later, guys.
Bye-bye.